Life is but a dream. Dr. Robert Cassar, eartheracademy.com, earthshipproducts.com. Life is but a dream. Isn't it so? Wow. Okay, so let's just think about that a little bit. Remember, this is Rethinking Reality. Life is but a dream. Now, that can go in so many different directions. Just think of your life yesterday. Try to remember what you had yesterday for dinner. It's not your memory, it's your dream. Remember, you're thinking about maybe yesterday, but it's already past, and you're thinking about tomorrow. Well, that's another dream too, isn't it? But life is but a dream is because you are in power of your dreams. Pretty much in the day. Now, again, this goes deep. Life is but a dream. So if you're in power of your dreams, well, then what you put into your mind, what you put into your body, and what you actually say and do and don't do is part of your dream. So when you look at just taking your hand and just putting it in and out like this, try it. Put your hand in and out and go ahead and look at it and say, how do I do that? Remember, how do you do it? What kind of a body is this? It's a dream machine. I dream it and it works. You can say as light speed or plasma speed, really fast. There's no lag time, okay? So the dream machine is very beautiful is because it even dreams when you're not dreaming. Okay, like right now. Think about it. All your physiological processes in your body right now going millions of miles an hour, or as you can say, millions of reactions per hour, just to be able to actually be able to have what's called consciousness, to be able to move things in this world. So I'm driving this car right now and I'm dreaming this dream. And it sounds weird, but it's not. I'm dreaming my body to go ahead and keep this machine in these little lines that I'm supposed to drive and go so fast. And the dream, okay, remember, in your life is that most people, if you look at your life as a book and you were reading your life, do you think that you would like your life at this time? Ask yourself that. Most people are actually just dreaming a dream that's sort of like a nightmare. Okay, it's not a heavenly dream, it's a nightmarish dream. What kind of dreams do you have at night? Do you even have dreams at night? That's the best part. Remember, with all this wireless technology, with all of the fluoride in your toothpaste and your water supply and your new car smell, fluoride in your pharmaceuticals, a lot of different fluoridated products. And where does fluoride go? Well, it attracts to many parts of your body, goes into your bone and stuff, but specifically it really likes to go into the dreamer gland, the pineal gland, the largest statue, okay? Beautiful statue in the front of the Vatican. When I went over to Italy, I had to go check it out. Beautiful fountain, water fountain. So this pineal gland, of course, is calcified. And it gets calcified, and if it does, that means that it cannot function as a pine cone, as a interdimensional gland. How about that? How about the gateway gland to your two brains? How about the gateway to your dreams? So life is but a dream, but if you're really not dreaming, but dreaming your hands, and you're dreaming your life, right? You're going to dream it into tomorrow, and of course you look at the dreams of the past. But like I said, this could be a 2-hour talk because it goes in so many layers of the onion skin. Life is but a dream. So if you don't like your dream right now, then it's time to really start terrain modification. Once you start to honor your body, okay, honor your body, and that's called your church. Some people call it your meat sack. Some people call it your flesh garment. Some people just call it, well, it's just a body. So the dream, of course, like I said, goes internally, it goes externally, but dreaming of the future let's change your lifestyle. Remember, terrain modification protocols, practices, and principles has to do with fasting, has to do with doing the work. And what kind of work is that? It's called repentance. Repentance of all the blasphemy that you've done to your body, which is called another name, the church, is what I call it. The church, of course, houses all different types of creatures, including some bullies we call parasites. Watch our videos on that. These bullies are parasites that take a hold of the host, and they live in the host in the dark. Remember, these are parasites. They live in the body, or what I like to call them as demons. These demons, of course, these parasites, these things, some of them suck blood. It's like Dracula, okay? Some of them just process the food that you feed them, and they poop inside you. And of course, that's demon poop going into your Christ body, your church. So is your church dirty? Are your pews, okay, the things you sit in a church, a pew, okay, are those dirty? Okay, remember, your body is your church, and most likely your pews, your chairs are full of undesirables. So let's go ahead and think about this. Understanding about parasites, learning the 5 categories, remember, will let you know that a lot of the dreams you're having, including going and getting yourself a big frosted donut, or constantly being hungry all the time, hungry for sugar, constantly dreaming about food. Even though you're eating food, you can't wait to go ahead and get to the next meal. Remember, are these demonic possessions of your mind? Well, if you're actually using all that fuel for a good thing, then so be it. But a lot of people, guys, you're eating, and gals, you're eating way too much. You're having too many refined carbohydrates, refined sugar. You're eating a lot of different types of processed foods, all these unnatural things that your body cannot process, but the demons can, the parasites can. So anyways, learning fasting will go ahead and actually curb some of your addictions. And there's different types of fasting. Remember, there's intermittent fasting, which is when what I do every day. I intermittent fast for about 24 hours a day, and I have my big meal in the evening. You can block fast, and block fast means that you're gonna fast for over a 24-hour period. Maybe you're gonna do a 48-hour fast. Maybe you're just gonna break the ice and do 24 hours. See if you can do that. Just on, maybe, remember, you can fast from anything. You can fast from meat for a day. See if you can do that. You can fast from food for a day. You can fast from watching porno for a day. Remember, these are dreams that you're having. And everything you watch through this magical screen we call television, this magical screen we have called the computer, the magical technology, that is a pulse technology. And this pulse technology is very genius because your conscious mind sees this backlit information. It's backlit. See, I'm looking right now and it's all reflective light to me, okay? It's front lit, okay? This is light coming from behind the screen, totally artificial to our mind. And that's, the way I look at it, the conscious mind looks at this information, and it actually also programs the subconscious mind. What you see, remember, what you feel while you watch this stuff, okay? The things that you do, okay, and or not do because you watch this stuff, it's all very smart technology. Remember, part of the technology here, if you had to run this farm, would be how do you control 7 billion people? And who knows how many people are here? And who knows how big this place is too? Remember, the so-called, we live, on a round spinning sphere. That means I'm in Hawaii right now and I'm driving sideways on this road. That's pretty funny, right? Anyways, even worse if you go to Australia. I'm driving upside down. Really, my sensors don't really realize that truth, but my senses that have been told truth or belief say that it is so. Remember, dreaming another dream. The place that we live on, all I can see is it is a realm. And this place, because no one knows what even a blade of grass is, remember? So how are you going to know what the body is? How are you going to even know what consciousness is? No, you can't. Remember, you don't even know what a blade of grass is. How it was designed, how it came from a seed, and each one has a specific different species that doesn't really interact with the other species that are living right next door to it. I know. It is intelligent design, as the birds, the bees, the whales, the snails, of course, like I said. That's a dream in itself, to dream that you came from a monkey, to dream that I'm, well, driving sideways, to dream about, well, all of the different stories that we've been told, from religion to politics. Remember, the mind only knows what it's seen, what it's heard, what it's experienced, and it hasn't experienced too much. Okay, well, it has, really. It's experienced, remember, a lot of the things that actually, well, cause us to get stress, okay, sadness, sorrow, and of course we commit a lot of sin, is because we're under a certain spell, okay? And you can see that's a lot of S's. Secret society, supreme supremacy, social security. Wow, I know. The language, as we know, as English, remember, is a dream. It's called Babel for a reason, because we speak Babel. We have the English language that came from another language, and of course a lot of the words that we pronounce are maybe the pronunciation of the new language, but the etymology, the word's meaning, especially where it came from, is not so. Okay, just a quick example, religion. Religion, what does it mean? Sounds pretty cool, right? To study some supernatural force or some type of God or some type of ideology, okay, of worship. But if you go ahead and see, you know, religion, well, religion, remember, it came from the Latin word religare, and religare is nothing more than, okay, those words to mean to thwart, to bind, to tie down. So you can see the words that we use are in a completely different context once you actually study. That's why the system took out Latin, is because, well, this sort of slave language we call English would really be called the Babel language instead of the English language. Why? Because a lot of the words we use are Babel, because they don't really mean what they say. Anyways, dream your new dream, guys. Just coming into town here. And dreaming a dream, if you live in the city, you're dreaming a dream that the wireless technology wants to dream. Remember, the guy next door is watching whatever he's watching on his wireless technology, and that wireless technology is flying through the air. So beautifully. HD quality, right? Remember, billions of bits of information. I can feel it in my head right now, just coming here, all the wireless. Okay, and if you haven't seen our videos on RF frequencies, I come into this town from my place, and you can hear all the wireless by using an acoustometer. So, anyways, we want to, you know, really dream better. Then we're going to have to look into other people's dreams that may look better than yours, and maybe we'll have to copy a few of the dreams that we see. And, well, there's a lot of good dreams that people are dreaming right now, and there's a lot of stupid dreams that people are dreaming, and a lot of waste of time dreams people are dreaming, like watching pornographic. Okay? Remember, the system here wants you to waste your time. It wants you to, well, be mind controlled by doing nothing. That's right, doing nothing. And how do you know you're doing nothing? Well, what did you do today in a world of form, in a physical world? What did you do today? Remember, that's a question to ask yourself. We know what you thought today. We know maybe what you said today. But really, take this off of here. What did you, there we go. What did you do today? What did you do? Because we live in the world of form, and the world of form demands you to do a lot of things here, physically. Did you work out today? Did you pick up a piece of trash. I'm going to walk into the bayfront here, and as I walk over to the gym, I'm going to pick up trash that's on the ground. I can see a piece right over there, and I pick up 4 or 5 pieces of trash. Why? It's because I know that's the right thing to do, and plus I get a stretch before I go into the gym. So remember, dream a different dream. You can dream a good dream if you'd like. Remember, to be godly would just simply be, well, just do a lot of good. Remember, just add another O to godly, and that's goodly. Okay, good God. All you got to do is do good, and you'll be your own demigod. One that's doing right. Okay, one that's doing wrong, of course, is working from another layer of themselves, which is destructive. Remember, the mind is separated in many different fractals and different schisms, as you can say. And the best part of you finding not yourself, but finding what you are not of yourself is part of your self-realization. Remember, you will never find yourself. That is not true. In fact, it's impossible. You'll never find out what a blade of grass is. That's why you live on the mystery plane, this place. How big is it? Like I said, nobody knows. The slaves can only go ahead and live within the boundaries that we're told that are available, and of course that some of the technology goes to. Beautiful little canary bird on the ground here. Look at him. Hey, little guy over there. I don't know if you can see him. It's on the grass. There he is, catching a fly. So anyways, to be able to realize with your real eyes and hear with your real ears is a definite positive thing. And to be able to really see the spell for what it is only to leave the spell and see the spell for what it is. Remember, most people are under a, well, sort of like a cognitive and, well, spell. A cognitive dissonance spell is what I was going to say. And what does that mean? That means that you may believe a lot of things. You believe a lot of the theories. You believe a lot of the different stories. And that goes deep too. Which story do you believe in? The religious stories? Do you believe in the political stories? Do you believe in the his story stories, the history stories? Do you believe, okay? B-E-L-I-E, lie. Do you have faith? Well, that's about not as bad as belief, but do you have faith? We all need to have faith in something, and I'll tell you one thing I have faith in, is that we can pull it together if you detox your body, if you learn how to reconnect back to nature, okay? Look at all the birds. There's doves on the ground here. There's some more tweedies over there. If you can reconnect back to nature, then that's the beautiful thing. Look at the dove right here. Hey, guy. There's a sparrow. Hey, buddy. The miracle of nature. You can hear them. The orchestra. And remember, we have been divorced from nature. And nature has, in most cases, divorced us. It doesn't trust us. We don't take care of it. In fact, all we do is utilize it to be able to control and maybe to sacrifice. And remember, if you are taking from Neptune's nest, that's the second dimension. Okay? That's called the replicators. And everything that lives, check it out, look, in that ocean right there, okay? Everything that lives in that ocean is a replicator. And what's a replicator? They're the things, remember, they're dreaming a few things. They're dreaming their program, which is to swim, not have fun, just to go ahead and actually be a part of the web of life. And every time they have babies, those replicators have anywhere from 100,000 to millions of eggs. That's why they're called the replicators. And they feed the world. They feed the world. And we were supposed to, the third dimension, okay, this dream, in many ancient stories, we're supposed to eat from the plate from Neptune, the second dimension. It gives us everything and everything. It feeds the world. That's why we live next to the ocean. That's why most of the population lives next to some form of water. Because where there's water, there's not only life, but there's food. Okay, so Neptune's nest, I'll just keep this a few more minutes. Remember, we're all living a dream, so let's dream a little better one. Each dimension feeds upon itself. Okay? Nah, that's not the way it works. It's not supposed to. You're not supposed to feed upon your own dimension, and if you do, it's only because you've got better things to do in your dimension to be able to transfer that energy that you took from that dimension and maybe do something better in the dimension that you took it from. So, quick example. The second dimension, the water world, Neptune's world, the world of the replicators. Besides, of course, mammals, like dolphins or whales, they only have 1 or 2 babies. We're not talking about them. They're not replicators. They're more conscious. They're telepathic beings. They got those big knots on their head. So, anyways, the replicators are the food for the world. And that's what's supposed to go ahead and feed us, most of it. The millions and millions of species that we have wiped out just because of our foolish ways. You can say stupid ways, but they're foolish. Okay, to be able to pollute the oceans is because that's where your food is supposed to come from. That's where your oxygen comes from. This is where a lot of things are supposed to come from. All from the water. Everything comes from the water. You came from the water. You were birthed from water. You breathed water when you were in your mom's womb, didn't you? Everything in life has water. So the most important thing to take care of would be, I think, water. Okay, and then secondarily, air. And of course, earth. Okay, remember, earth, water, fire, air, ether. So the third dimension, of course, if you're going to take from this plane here has consciousness. The second dimension is the replicator consciousness. It has consciousness. It's just replicator consciousness. It's very basic. Swim, eat what you can, and have babies when the pheromones say so. They don't have sex. They don't have pleasure in anything except for doing what their program says to do. They're replicators. The third dimension, everything that lives here, from a chicken to a bird, okay, even a reptile, they all have different personalities. As you study the creatures of Sophia, which of course are the forest, the creatures that live in the forest, every one of them have a personality, besides the insects. They're pretty much a collective consciousness, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about the things that actually come from this plane are conscious. And they do have a personality. They have individuality. The herring in the ocean are not individuals. They're like sort of like a Borg consciousness. If you've ever watched that TV series, Star Trek Voyager, the Borg. Remember, they're a collective consciousness, just like those fish. So, anyways, most of them. I'm talking about the replicators. And the third dimension, they have personality, and anything that here that has personality, well, you're not supposed to really take from this table. And if you are, well, then you better transfer that energy into something better for this realm, and or replace it if you can. This realm is sacred, okay? Compared to the realm of the water world, that's the food world. That is sacred too, to its own layer. But this world here, called the world of the terrestrials, the ones that breathe air, those breathe air too. They breathe in water though. The ones that breathe air, remember, the mammals. Those are the whales and the dolphins. They're sort of weird because the rest of the critters that live in that ocean, they breathe water. And everything that breathes air has a collectively different consciousness. Different species have different connections. And of course, each species is telepathic with each other. How do you think they talk to each other? Tweedle, tweedle, dum, singing. Okay, and the pig. Okay, come on. They're telepathic. Okay, they have their programs intact to be able to speak to their own species, as plants can speak to themselves too, and or can speak to their own collective species. So, anyways, the third dimension, if you're going to eat from this table here, then you should be able to add to this dimension and not be a parasite and steal from this dimension. You see, the replicator dimension, if you feed from that place should be able to keep itself always sustained. It just does what it does. But the third dimension is not that way. We've destroyed most of the terrestrial animals here only because of our own parasitic ways, and also because of the pollution that we make from all the consumables that we, well, have in our lifestyle every day. The size of your trash by the end of the week is telling you how much destruction you're doing to this place. Okay? I take out maybe just a half a bag, a 13-gallon trash bag, in my whole house in a week of trash. That's it. Okay? But when I had a family, we had 8 or 9, 10 big trash bags, okay, all the time. So I didn't know how to compost. I used to put grass and throw it out in the garbage. Okay, we used to go ahead and throw out everything and everything. Forget about recycling, just the amount of trash that we make from boxes and plastic and just everything. So we're not that smart of a being, is because the third dimension here is to be honored like a temple. The second dimension feeds you. The third dimension is something that we're supposed to do, is take care of it. It's called being an earth steward. An earth steward is somebody or some creature, okay, hopefully human, that takes care of this place, okay, takes care of it. And that would mean that we would make everything here, it's not what's good for the Democrats or the Republicans, it's what's good for everything that lives here. Wireless is not good for the insects. Is that the reason why maybe that 90% of the insects, if you look that up, are not around? There's no insects in Hawaii. The only thing that are here are a couple of mosquitoes. But all my pollinators this year were only flies. Watch the video we did. Where'd the insects go? Check out your area. Remember, the birds are starving. They're not eating too much. It's because there's not any insects flying around. That's a big part of their diet. The lizards, they're starving too. Remember, everything feeds off of something. Energy gets transferred from one layer to another. Energy is never destroyed, it's only transferred. So eating from this dimension here, the third dimension, is a conscious dimension. So if you're going to take consciousness from here, then that means that you're supposed to add some consciousness to this place. And if you don't add anything to this realm, then think of yourself as the parasites that are maybe in your belly that are doing the same thing to you. They don't need to be there, and if you knew they were in you, what would you do? You would get rid of them. And this is exactly what the parasites, the people here, most of us are parasites. We don't even know we're parasites. A parasite doesn't know it's a parasite either. A bird doesn't know it's a bird. A fish doesn't either, and a virus doesn't either. So we become a virus to the third dimension and the second dimension. And the fourth dimension, of course, our subconscious mind is really confused. It's because of all this pulse technology that we watch. It programs our subconscious mind in your dreams tonight, if you can even dream, if your pineal gland works, and you secrete the nectar, dimethyltryptamines, produced basically by your pineal gland, absorbed into all your cellular structure, and all the green plants that you see pretty much also have DMT in them. So DMT is a weird thing. Anyways, okay guys, enough. We're almost at 30 minutes. So change your dream. Remember, if you think your dream is beautiful, then keep on dreaming it. But life is but a dream, so dream well. Okay? Dream well. And if you don't like your dream, then maybe look into other people's dreams. Detox your body. That'll help you dream better. Remember, respect your church, which is your body. And in time, there are therapies and different types of protocols that you can do to reset, renew, and rebuild your mind. Okay? So, anyways, we'll see you on the next video, guys. Take care of your dreams. Remember, the hand is dreamed. My life is dreamed. In the future, I'm right now here, and I'm going to go ahead and actually do some things that I've already thought of that I'm going to do. I have a whole list. I got to go to Home Depot. I'm going to go work out. I'm going to get a couple of things at the store. And of course, tonight, I'm gonna switch gears and go into the fourth dimension, and I'm gonna dream without a body. I'm gonna dream if I have dimethyltryptamines. If not, then I will just sleep, and I won't even sleep good. It's because you need to have a dream. And your dreams should be not running away from monsters or, well, terror in your dream. So if you're dreaming that way, that means that you need to probably cut down on your wireless, all your technologies, and quit watching horror films, pornographics, or anything that's dumb. Because all you're doing is programming your mind. Those are the dreams you will have at night. If you don't sleep well, you will not go ahead and be able to, well, recover in the day to be able to have another good day. You don't sleep for 3 or 4 or 5 days, shut your Wi-Fi off next to your bed. How about don't even have it and go old school? Remember? Hardwire. Cables. I'm not on my phone right now, I'm on my camera. My phone's on airplane mode. Okay, enough. 31 minutes. Aloha, and we will see you next time. And here we go. Nice palm trees. Okay, that's it. Aloha.